Welcome back to Crusader Kings to the Mad World. We are playing as the Inbred God, Emperor Rhino III of House D Elephant. We're married to Zeus's mother, and we've had 2 kids with her as well. So our next character is going to be the brother of Zeus and the great-great-great-grandson of Odin. I'm not sure either way, they're going to be incredibly powerful. Here we are, and us being the inbred lunatic arbitrary freak that we are, we've discovered a plot to kill us. Specifically led by our good friend Skofta here, Duke Skofta, the Sword of Thor. We've got Lord Mayor Budo, Duke Foster, and Duke Braw. None of them want to end the plot either, so what we're going to do is we're going to say no, which gives us righteous imprisonment on them, and that's very important that you do that, because I forgot to do that in the other series, and got myself in a little bit of trouble. So what we're going to do... Oh, they're converting, thank you. We're going to ask them to stop their plots. They're going to say no, obviously. We're not going to do anything today. We do have automatic building mod as well, which is what these pop-ups are if you're confused about that. We're going to speak to our friend Skofta. We're going to say end plot, and he's going to say no. So, actually, we can imprison him. 14% chance for an uprising. He has 15,000 men. Let's see how much his allies have. 15,000, 2,000, so we'll say 18,000. And about 20,000 men, and about 21,000 men, taken into account these sort of remainders there. 21,000 men versus our 67 minus 21,000, so roughly versus 45,000 men or so. I feel like we'll win this fairly easily. Let's get our retinues up and actually in his capital, ready to strike for when he does rebel against us. Now, our retinues, we could go ahead and get some artillery to help out there. And you know what? People have been asking for it. This is a meme. This is a meme, from what I understand. Look, we've still got retinues, apparently. Oh, all the way down there. We'll get rid of those. Get rid of those. We'll go to the tab, and we will click on the artillery button. Lots and... Oh. 3 times. Well, I'm going to click the artillery 3 times. Before we declare war, we're going to wait for our artillery to grow into something powerful. And then obviously we'll go from there. Alright, what have we got? Open council positions, can't do anything with that. We do want to also search for a smith. As I discussed last time, we've got 3 big goals. Obviously, put down the dissenters. We've got to search for a smith and get our super rare artifact, the top tier, the best of the best. And then we finally got to upgrade our capital into sort of this shining beacon of hope. Which we can do now. We've got all the tech advances necessary. We just need the gold for it. Unfortunately, we need a lot of gold. We don't really have that much right now. 149 gold a month. We might be waiting a while before we can get a full army of artillery only. But, you know, I feel like it's probably worth it. We'll just keep spending money on these dragons, I guess. Dragons are artillery, by the way. Well, that couldn't have been any better timing. You've received a strange letter from Rhino I, in which he claims to be an immortal and powerful werewolf, in brackets, whatever that is. Stranger still, the letter contains an offer to share his gift. Does he think we're finally worthy? Grandfather, you think we're finally worthy of becoming the wolf god? Head of the religion? I feel like he should be the one in charge of dishing out the werewolf blood, so this seems appropriate. Of course. Thank you. Blood me up. Like, is he gonna... When does that happen? I guess we just gotta wait. I remember we received this before, didn't we? We actually got it from the Kaiser of the HRE playing as Rhino I. I think he was the first one to actually get the wolf blood offered to him. That was really good. Well, I guess we're carrying on the torch then. Let's keep building up our artillery here. I'm not reinforcing retinues yet. And don't worry, auto building is off, so, you know, I'm just getting as much gold as I can. Oh my god, I forgot to pay off the loan. That's fine. You know, artillery is more important. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Retinue size. Completely. Artillery. They're also dragons. And they're artillery. Fireballs from the sky. Boom. Inbred werewolf god. Boom. Chinese. Boom. Chinese. Artillery on the move. Artillery on the... Get out of the way. Artillery on the move. Here we go. And uprising. Oh, for fuck. Okay, we didn't want to see that anyway. Duke Skofta is safely locked away in the dungeon. Wait. I didn't want him to be safely locked away in the dungeon. Okay, sure. What do we want to do with him then? I mean, this is the guy that's trying to kill us. So, I mean, plot to take revenge. That means, what did he kill my son? He must have, because we have the ability to plot to take revenge. Throw him in the oubliette and leave him there. Problem solved. Excellent. Well, I was kind of hoping for a big rebellion that we'd be able to crush, but guess not, eh? Okay. Well, I'm sure these guys will come in handy at some point. Well, that was one of the 3 sort of things to do on our checklist. So, oh god, don't oil up the rack, please. For the love of God, we don't need cruel as well as everything else. We're making him suffer. Tortured. Health -2. Well, that's a cheap way to kill him off, I guess. So yeah, as I was saying, we've got one thing off our checklist, and that was obviously to put down any dissidents, deal with any plots against our life. Problem solved. Next thing, build up our capital into an unstoppable fortress of wolf gods. Should be pretty straightforward. We've got more than enough gold to do this, so let's go ahead and build that to a citadel and get everything we've ever wanted built in it. Have we got enough gold for this? I don't think we do. We really don't. Okay, yeah, news from China. Well, let's go ahead and pass some time, let some gold tick up. Be really nice if we got some rulership events as well to help try and curb some of the problems we've got with our character. For example, arbitrary or tyrant. Be really nice just to get just. Maybe just definitely wouldn't hurt. Hail to the Emperor. Right. How 377. Can I borrow 2 gold? There we go. Do you want to become a game master? To be honest, probably. Diplomacy +2. I'll take that. Fortress into citadel. Technology spread rate +12%. That's a lot. Like, that's really significant. Now we need town infrastructure level 7 and popular customs level 7 to get the highest out of that. Seriously, I thought we were done. Town infrastructure level 7, popular customs level 7. Now we're done. Okay. Oh shit, this is going to be really expensive. So let's bide our time here. Somebody want to explain to me what's going on in the UK? So we've got Kemetic, as in ancient Egyptian Scots. We've got the Latin Empire, with most of central England, obviously all of Ireland and some of Scotland there. We've got the Aztec Empire with the capital in Cornwall of all places. What has happened? Why are they Kemetic? Aha, that'll do. Ruling from courts increases your sense of justice. Your judgments have a profound effect on the lives of your subjects, and you're dedicated to be more fair. Loser's trait, arbitrary. Incredible. Well, we're still not just, so we've still got to wait a long time before that's going to happen. See how long it's taken to just get rid of arbitrary. I imagine it will be easier to get just for a start, but I imagine that when we switch over to the magic focus, we'll probably level up quite quickly through that, given our ridiculous learning, and the fact that we're a god, I imagine, must have some sway on it. Surely. And despite the fact that we're arbitrary, no longer arbitrary, I should say, imperial decadence is still ticking up. Imperial decadence in the Lycan Empire is 9.2, so this is a CK2 plus mechanic. The higher the imperial decadence gets, the more your vassals will dislike you, the more plots will fire, the more factions will get in your way, the more chance you have of the empire falling apart, things like that. It's meant as a balancing mechanic for endgame large empires, because when you get a stable empire in CK2, it's really hard for it to fall apart. This game is trying to obviously change that, and imagine if we went to, say, like a long-standing empire like the Seljuks. I imagine they've got a decent amount of, let's see if we can find it. Do you guys have imperial decadence? No. What about the HRE? Maybe it's because it's a custom empire we formed here. Maybe we are, oh, shit. Okay, so look at the HRE. Imperial decadence, 51 to 60. So their tax modifier is down by 35%, their levy size is down by 35%, and their morale is down by 35%. They have a hard time holding things together, apparently. And it's increased by the title changing hands. More if it's usurped. Higher crown authority is increased. Having a very large realm, losing crusades, losing major invasions, and random events. But we can reduce it, and this is very important for us to remember right now. We can reduce it by becoming coronated, holding tournaments. I need to be doing that more. Oh, we can't because we're not Catholic. Winning crusades, holy wars, winning major invasions, rebellions, enforcing de jure claims, random events caused by a good ruler or regent. We're pretty limited in actually which of those we can get. We're pretty limited in the sense that we can only get random events caused by the good ruler, and the random events we're getting are negative. We can't really do any of the others because we really can't afford to go to war anymore because we're threatening. So going to war when we've got so much threat is going to make pretty much everyone else go to war with us. And we're strong, but we're not that strong. And if we get into war with the HRE, it could be difficult. It'd be a difficult war, but a winnable war. And I don't really want to be fighting everybody in Europe at this stage. So I don't know why I didn't do this before, but our concubine has 45 intrigue, making her an infinitely better spy master than what we had before. Like, plot discovery chance, plus 45%. Sabotage province, if we wanted to do that, plus 32%. Build spy network, plus 60% yearly, plus also a base plot power increase of 22.5%. That's huge. I need to be maybe even inviting gods to our court to just serve us in our court. So why don't we go ahead and take a look. And if we go gender, it doesn't really matter, does it? Any religion is fine. Any cultural sign. Let's just completely reset here. Sort by join court, yes. Bokvard, Prince of Asgard, will come to our court. Holy shit. Well, that was easy. Send gift, just to start off with. Just to, you know, keep him... If he's going to be a chancellor, we want him to like us, right? If he's going to be on the council, I should say. Invite to court. welcome aboard. He can be our new marshal, seeing as he is, you know, a god of Asgard. 35 marshal seems really, really good. Also a war veteran, an adventurer. Definitely, you're sacked. Plus, they're gods. Philco Rhino's been on our council forever, since our last character. These guys are going to be around for a very, very long time. I'm going to wait for this guy to die off before we appoint a new steward, because I don't want to sack him, because he likes us a lot, and he's an incredibly good steward. We don't necessarily want to just get rid of him to replace him with a god, but an immortal council of loyalists would be incredible. So let's go ahead and have him, what do we think? Research military tech, spread rate plus 175% isn't bad. Train troops, levy reinforcements, 100% chance yearly, suppress revolts doesn't seem necessary. Organize the army, retinue maintenance cost down. I'm going to just leave him doing that, just so we can funnel this gold, obviously, into building up our capital and getting those really, really good artifacts, which are our main goals right now. Speaking of which, between clips here, I haven't been doing it because it's, you know, it's just building buildings. I don't think anybody's really too fussed about doing that. But building what I can as I can, and we do need to have you... Oh, I've got you collecting taxes now, haven't I? Just because I was running out of gold before I could actually build up the building, so I figured it would make sense to build up a decent stockpile, and then after that, switch back over to oversee construction and build it up. We're doing well. We're still a little bit off in terms of tech points to, oh, what do we want? Levy size plus 25% is pretty great. We're still off in terms of tech points for being able to get those top level, like the best buildings. So we just need improved cubes level 8, noble customs level 8. How far off are we of those? Really not too far. That one's basically almost there anyway. 300 points there. Improved keeps. We need a pretty decent amount. Yeah, we still need 1,500 points in improved keeps. We're at the end game. Like, this is it. This is the end of the end game. We're only in 1242, so CK2 Plus removes the hard CK2 game limit anyway, so we can go past the 15th century. But, you know what? We're doing really well in terms of tech, and that's not much of a surprise given our ridiculous, ridiculous learning stat. How's our son doing? Well, he's not bad. He's 8 years old now. He's willful, which is interesting. You know, it's not terrible. Ambitious and brave are obviously incredibly good. I'd like him to get... Oh, we gave him magic, didn't we? There's me looking at that thinking, hang on a minute, rulership isn't something you can educate your kid in. Brooding and Curious would obviously much better to benefit his magical upbringing, but to be honest, willful is not bad either. I don't know if it affects... like, negatively the magic focus. We won't know until he's a little bit older, but I assume it will, given that these two traits normally clash with those. So, we'll wait and see how that goes. Can't appoint anyone else to our council. Do we want to push through any laws? Simply because we can. So this one will give us +5 vassal opinion. Or feudal vassal opinion specifically, which is obviously the important one. What else can we go for? We've already got strong banking laws, which is normally pretty good. You know what? I'm actually going to go for the Corpus Iuris Canonici, or however the hell you say that. My Latin isn't great. Who's voting against it? Oh, 2 empty seats. Shit. Well, we've always got that working against us now, but there's nothing I can do about that, seeing as we can't fill those empty seats on the council. Do you guys actually want to vote with me here? Again, I think if we're pretending to be a werewolf when we actually are a werewolf, isn't exactly necessary. Can we actually, like, you know, proclaim that we are a werewolf? Because I think our vassals might like that. There we go. Reveal that we're a werewolf. I am a werewolf. Gain 100 prestige. Excellent. Maybe they won't, you know, dislike us a bit more. So we're now at level 3 of the Braidra log as well. Sworn Patriarch. We're also next in line to be War Chief. Sweet. Train a fellow member. Let's do it. War Chief Bigger the Cruel have... Oh, he's dead. Unpause. That is a dead man. Let's go ahead and remove that mission then. Oh, our wife is pregnant as well. So another, you know, godly child we're going to get there. God kid sounds wrong to me. How long until we can actually level up? It's 2,000 points, I assume, the default. Has the Holy Order title. So we actually have to be head of the Holy Order. So I guess we just wait until this dude dies to become elected? Interesting, okay. Organize a vote. What does that do? We'll vote on your proposed change of law or boon request. Interesting. And obviously we can't found a Holy Order because we are unfortunately... we're unfortunately an Emperor level titan. You can only do that if you're a Duke. That'd be a really cool playthrough though. Maybe playing as, say, Kemetic Pagans. I'm going to assume they don't have a Holy Society now I think about it, but playing as a sort of an unreformed dying religion and forming the Holy Order and bringing it back to life would be very, very cool. Build a castle for 400 gold. Nope. We want to upgrade the castle we've got right now. And what do we send for a smith? Because that's the other thing I really want to get done this episode. We could hold a great block, compose a book for 1,000 gold. What do we want? Duels befitting of my status would give us the Vassal opinion that we desperately, desperately need. What's our Tyrant modifier at this stage? -40. Dishonorable is -15. Jesus, it's still going to be ages before we're liked. And they rejected it. This game. I wasn't going to spend money to buy favors from them because, again, we need it for our upgrades. To become the best that we can. The best Rhino. During the last few days, I've overheard the same conversation again and again. Apparently, the most renowned goldsmith is traveling through the Lycan Empire. Nothing displays authority like fine jewelry. Spare no expense and get the most expensive crown jewelry money can buy. So this is the best one, capped at 2,000 gold. Sometimes it's more. I've had Venice games where I've literally paid 15,000 gold for jewelry. So this is a nice change. They added this in the last patch, that these were capped off at a decent or a reasonable amount of gold, I guess. 2,000 gold is still a lot, more than we can afford, but we'll do it anyway. Just because by the time, you know, this kicks in, we should be fine. What do we want to do here? I think there's no harm in letting her help. Help, in inverted commas, sure. Go ahead. We'll lose some prestige, but we're not annoying the goldsmith, which has got 2,000 gold's worth of jewelry. So, you know, I feel like that's the sensible option. We're going to play the diplomatic game. We have a new heir. We'll now play as Prince Jovridas? Who is Jovridas? Just some random descendant, my uncle. Filka Rhino's son. Right, I see. We are elective, aren't we? So we're going to have to wait for Rhino to really come of age. Before that happens, we may have to kill some people. Now, you guys know how much I love killing people, so that's not much of a downside. But also, we can't really do it with this guy because we're hated anyway, so we would be risking just major rebellions. Regalia worthy of a true emperor, the Crown of Crows and the Sword of Heroes. Excellent, right. Let's go ahead and get those equipped then. Crown of Crows does give Vassal Opinion +1. Excellent, that was worth the 2,000 gold. What have we got here? The Sword of Heroes. And I think we have a Ceremonial Axe, don't we? So that one is better. Awesome. Let's go ahead and equip our Ceremonial Robes as well for the Diplomacy +1. It's slightly less of a stat buff than the Silk Shroud, but you know. And then as our weapon, one hand we've got a Golden Sword. The other hand we've got Mjolnir, Hammer of Thor. This is awesome. Good setup. Right, what we need next then, it's not really worth hiring a smith for a weapon in that case. We do want to get them for the very custom, you know, really good armor. We could hire a smith though, I suppose, as like an heirloom. So we could give the crafted sword down to the guy that we want to succeed for us. Or succeed as the emperor. So that helps build up his prestige a little bit. Daughter named Danila the Elephant. Magic. She came out pretty well. Prestigious bloodline, magical heritage. God, that's everything we'd expect to get. No negative traits, no sickle or anything like that. We're going to name you Vanilla. As we did before with the last Danila that we had. And we fulfilled the ambition to have a daughter. Sweet. So that's, well, 3 kids that we've got now, seeing as our concubine's child died under suspicious circumstances. Maybe our wife had some hand in that. Wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. Build a war chest, gives national tax modifier +10%. We need 1,000 gold for that. I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to borrow the loan so that we fulfill that instantly. Then we can repay the loan. This is just giving us 10% additional tax. Essentially for a very small cost there. So I'm absolutely fine with that. Can we not repay? Oh, we can repay some more loan. I was going to say, surely we've taken more loan than that before. I think we already had a loan taken out that we had to repay anyway. Alright, well that was a pretty cheap and easy way. So what did that cost us? Like 80 gold in total for an additional 10% tax modifier. Seems worth it to me. Right, we'll repay the last of that so I don't forget and cost myself more gold in the future. We don't have anything else. No, we've got that gold is still there. Go on a warrior pilgrimage. We want to do that as soon as possible. That sounds pretty cool. And then the last thing we've got to do, search for a smith for the armor, get the last of our house built up, and we've achieved everything I wanted to achieve. Then all we've got to do is get a good heir in charge of the whole empire. Finally, after all of those people being chucked in prison, the event that we've had 100 times, we've finally done it. We gained the trait just. I thought it wouldn't happen, to be honest with you, seeing as we are an inbred lunatic freak. I'll be honest, I didn't think it could happen, seeing as we've got all these negative traits. I didn't even know it was a game mechanic that could happen. Maybe that's something changed by Mythos or CK2+. Very odd. Anyway, we've done it. I'm happy to leave the rulership focus. We could wait and try and get diligent. We could wait and try and get, you know, patient, things like that. We can also get stressed and depressed on it. But I'm going to actually flip over to magic. What do we want? I think it's obvious what we want here. I think we want alchemy, don't we? So, one of my friends was also playing Mythos too. And we were sort of discussing what could potentially cause the alchemy event to fire. I ended up looking through the files. I kind of wanted it to remain a mystery, but I ended up just digging through the mod files. Turns out, 3/4 of the time you're more likely to succeed, or at least break even. Success depends on a few factors here and there. Why don't we go ahead and reign for 20 years? Or see the round prosper, that seems appropriate. You spent much time honing your magical skills, but you realize they could be taken even further by summoning a familiar. Let's go with a dove, because I imagine that will increase diplomacy. If I were to guess. So as I was saying, there are a lot of different factors. Your education as well plays into it, and it's just on a percent chance scale. But essentially the conclusion we came to is if you can do alchemy, always do it. Because most of the time you're going to break even, and then 50% of the time, or 60% of the time, you're actually going to make profit. So it's definitely worth it, let's put it that way. Greetings, Sworn Patriarch Rhino. In these times of calm and peace, this man has a double helmet. He's got a mask and a helmet. That's awesome. Practitioner of the Fallen Seed of Faith. He wants me to take the theology focus. Bit late for that, seeing as we have taken the magic focus. Obviously, becoming an alchemist is going to benefit the round much more. And we have enough gold here to go ahead and search for a smith. Can we not? Oh, in the past 2 years. Well, let's focus on our capital instead then. So not much more to go here. Let's go for the Armor Merchant. We'll go ahead and switch over the Steward to Overseeing Construction. That should make that instant. Yep, there we go. Armor Merchant, level 3. How many of those have we got? 4? Well, we can get that to level 4 immediately, which I wasn't expecting. The Imperial Palace. Holy shit. Monte Prestige plus 2. That's a lot. Like, that's genuinely quite a decent amount of prestige. Bearing in mind, say, like, you know, Proud gives plus 0.5. A Crown of Crows, the best level artifact you can get, gives 0.7. This is a lot. I mean, it's taken a long time to build up to it, so it does make sense. But, oh god, Castle Infrastructure and Noble Customs level 8. Can we get either of those? We actually can get Noble Customs. We can't get Castle Infrastructure. We want to save up for improved keeps first anyway, just because it's slightly more useful. That's everything we can build. We're quite a way off, just in terms of tech. So what I'm going to do then is we're going to switch you over to studying tech, preferably somewhere with improved keeps. The Aztecs? Oh, actually, anywhere in the Seljuk Empire is also pretty good. You know what? The Aztecs are doing slightly better. So go ahead and move our Spy Master there over to Cornwall, of all places. And hopefully we can have that done before the end of this episode. A fully upgraded capital would be awesome. That was one of my major goals. Your attempt to summon a familiar was a failure. Despite months of effort, all you're left with is nothing but a disturbing pile of mixed animal parts in your summoning table. Someone clean this up, please. I feel like we're going to struggle being a novice mage who's a little bit questionable as well. This might be a difficult thing to succeed with. Again, we really are putting all our eggs in the Rhino basket. Pope crowns Emperor. Good work. Idolizer. Normally good for a sort of theology learning focused education. If we get Zealous or Erudite out of that, I'd be pretty pleased. These traits that he's got, although not beneficial to his education, are beneficial to him as a character. Because, you know, Ambitious, Brave, Zealous, or Erudite are all very, very good. Frail is very, very bad. And Stubborn is neutral. So, oh, what else do you get? Haughty. Haughty is like the worst possible childhood trait. You know what? I've decided we're going to educate him instead. We are taking over the education of Rhino because clearly our wife is fucking it up and doesn't know how to educate him at all. What does Haughty give? Proud, arbitrary, cruel. Yeah, no, that is definitely terrible. If the best case scenario is proud, it's not a very good scenario to begin with. What else can we do then? Request military training. Yeah, help me out with that. Cast Aura. Let's go for the Aura of Shadows. Improved... No. Improve people's opinion at the cost of intrigue. That's definitely what we want. Hold a blot to improve them by another 15. And this is basically what I'm doing in between clips, is trying to keep all our vassals at least not in a full-blown rebellion. What about our factions? What are we looking at here? Increased council power. Let's deal with that immediately, because those guys could cause us some issues. I think it would be like dominoes, you know? I think all it would take is one vassal to rebel, and then all of them will follow suit just because we're such a shit, you know, liege. A lot of them like us now, though. Now that that opinion of predecessor is gone, we're pretty good. Too many how duchies. I've only got 3. We can get rid of one of those. That would solve that problem. You know what? I was a lot more worried about the vassals than I needed to be. We can make all of them like us with a little bit of gold here and there. Besides this guy who we're just going to wait to die in our oubliette, to be honest with you. Or, Father, we offer you the sacrifice. Oh, wait. Problem solved. I assume his son... Oh, his son doesn't mind the fact that we offered his dad up in sacrifice to... Oh, well, it's his gods as well. So maybe he feels a bit honoured. Holy shit, we actually got all the vassals to like us. And you guys were worried about me playing as an inbred character. Look at this. every single vassal has a positive opinion. In fact, a lot of them have really good opinions of us. Well, what am I worried about? We can be a lunatic all we want now. This is great. Search for Smith. Let's do it. Deadly weapon, new set of armor. New set of armor is definitely the priority here. Oh, I shouldn't have probably spent all my gold, eh? We'll do that. And then we'll try and get the decent armor set. Hopefully we can get the best we can without the gold already. They changed these mechanics recently, so I'm not sure how it works. You know what? I'm actually going to take out a loan just in case we need the gold for that option to appear. I'm going to take out one of these loans specifically. I think that should give us the chance. Attempt to summon a dove again. This didn't go so well last time. No, I'm assuming we can level up magic like we leveled up Midas Touch, for example, through events and through study, things like that. Maybe similar to the Geheimnis Nexus, though I'm not sure. It seems pretty dangerous, and we seem to fuck it up a lot. Especially the alchemy beforehand, where we turn, like, the whole place into gold. Invite the Armorsmith to court. Prince Bogvard of Asgard. Oh, no, wait. Bogvard is our marshal, isn't he? Yeah, I forgot about that. Get him to our court. Psychopath? Is this a good idea? Will not marry. For one reason or another. I wonder what that could be. I'm in need of protection. Make me a strong and sturdy set of armor. Is that the only one we can pick? Ah, there we go. I would not go into battle by anything but the very best. An armor set of the highest quality will drastically increase your morale, offense, monthly prestige, martial, and personal combat for 2,000 gold. Yeah, sweet. Let's remember to pay off that loan as soon as possible. Now, I did move that guy over to collect taxes. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Why don't we see what boons we can get from China for now? An artifact? I'll take an artifact. Thank you. What did you actually send me? I have a feeling they're not sending me anything anymore, because they pretend they are, but then they don't seem to actually do anything, you know? Tapestries? Normally you get a pop-up here saying that they sent you blah blah blah, but they didn't this time. I think they might have just ripped us off. Oh, sweet. Awesome. Your attempt to summon a familiar was a success. You now have a new magical companion to aid you. Unfortunately, it didn't help with your ability to read. Maybe I'll name it too. Gain 10 prestige, gain dove familiar, giving, diplomacy +2, and minus 10% opinion penalty for different cultures and different religions. That was probably the best one I could have chosen. That was genuinely really, really good. Let's give this guy a gift, because apparently he doesn't like us. It's just because different religion type. Too many hard duchies, strong regulation, sure, whatever. Guardian, champion, or warden. I like champion. Let's go with that. Hey, look at that. That's pretty cool. So all we need now is the weapon to be able to pass on to our kids, and that's another one of the major goals done, although it's cost us 6,000 gold. You want to buy my wool cloth? Sold. That will let us pay off our loan as well, won't it? Yeah, there we go. Hands of the Dalabo Monster Hunter Uprising has uprisen. So he has. Holy shit, the artillery. Send in the Chinese artillery unit. We'll raise our own domain as well, because honestly, we're not going to win that battle with just artillery only. Sinful, I know, but it is mostly artillery, so don't worry about it too much. Mostly artillery? Yeah, that's fine. That's acceptable, I think. Thank you very much. It's kind of got to the stage now. And the unfortunate truth of it is that even though we're a massive tyrant, we're a murderer, we're inbred, we're a lunatic, we're not the best character, and we've got the ambitious trait, which definitely plays into this a little bit, our vassals still like us. Just because we're that powerful. You know, obviously being a god definitely plays into that a little bit. But, the game is a little bit easy at this stage. So we do probably want to wrap up playing as Rhino. But what we've got to do, we've got to obviously build up our capital into the Empire. We've got to get the sword or into the best capital that's ever lived ever. We've got to get that legendary weapon for our heir. We've got to make sure we've got a good heir. Get him on the throne, get him crowned, get the realm stable. My plan after that is we're staying in the Mad World. Don't worry, Mad World is fun. I really like this mod pack. It's got a lot of weird shit happening in it, and the world we've built up is very, very strange right now. What we're going to do, let me know what you think about this, is we're going to jump over to play a different character. Now, people in the Discord, people in the Patreon have been discussing, why don't we jump over to, say, the British Isles, say Scotland, the Isle of Man, something weird like that, as a dragon. And try and play as the dragon, restore the dragons, because dragons have a lot of unique features. They're probably the most fleshed out race in the mod right now. And see if we can't become, say, a very powerful dragon dynasty ruling the British Isles, which is obviously now completely fractured to bits between the Latin Empire, the Aztec Empire. Bring it together and form a new kingdom for them, because they've been completely wiped out at this stage. That's the plan. Let me know what you think. Wait, is that a French empire? What is this? Wait. Oh, that's the capital of the Latin Empire in Normandy. That's really odd. You've decided to introduce a new law for the good of the people to the realm. As your right, as is your right as their ruler. Now you've just got to decide on the contents. I'm going to vote on the Pants Act. The new law has been written and your couriers are now distributing it to all your vassals. You admire your handiwork. Whereas pants constrict not only the lower limbs and reproductive organs, but also the human soul, and, whereas pants are known to be an affront to all forms of life but man, therefore I, Emperor Rhino III of the Lycan Empire, command that the use of pants be outlawed throughout the realm under penalty of death. All existing variants of this garment are to be immediately burnt, and the ashes distributed evenly over the graves of our forefathers. This law will bring salvation to the realm. Thank you for watching. We'll leave it there. Next episode, we're going to wrap up the adventures of the Dirt Elephant Dynasty. And then we're going to pick up a new character. We will see them again, don't worry. Your subscriber houses will stay around. The Dirt Elephant Dynasty will be around. And of course, we might have to deal with them playing over here in the UK in the future. Let me know what you think about that idea. And I'll see you next time.